guys, my name is Natasha and welcome to my channel, Only in Your Mind. This week I am doing a really cool makeup for a new movie called Arctic Dogs. I am doing one of the otters and her name is Bertha and her voice is Heidi Klum's voice, which is pretty cool. If you guys want to check out that movie, it will be coming out November 1st. So go check that out and just keep watching to see how I did this otter's makeup.
Hey guys, for this makeup I'm wearing a strapless dress. I'm using this white eyeliner to make a rough draft of the otter that I'm going to be doing on my face, and I also have a reference photo. So a lot of times I really don't do a sketch of the character on my face and body, but I need to really start doing that because it does save a lot of time and it helps keep the design more organized. Now here I went ahead, and you didn't see me off camera, I did my eyebrows, and this color is Mayron Paradise color, and it is called Foxy if I'm not mistaken. Now this color is also a Paradise color, and it is a light tan. So the otter's furry parts that are light, I'm going to use this tan, and it's basically the cheeks, part of the nose, above the mouth, and also to my chin and down my neck area. And now I'm doing the otter's nose, and I'm using a brown from Fab, and it's Indian brown. Now this right here is really cool. It is a rake brush, so it's the first time using it and I'm practicing, so it's pretty hard for me to get those fur-like strokes, and I'm gonna have to practice a little bit more because it wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to come out. And in a little bit you'll see me change to a round brush, and which would basically be me doing one stroke of fur at a time. And here I changed the brushes right now, and you could actually see. So it's basically me building and building on layers and layers of fur, just so it looks like fur. So I guess you guys got the gist out of how I did the fur, and I did edit out a lot of me doing the fur painting because I know you guys have seen about a minute of it. Now over here I am starting to work on the muzzle, I guess you would say. Otters have a muzzle, I guess that would be it. So I'm just using a black, and this is from Paradise because it's easier to kind of blend into the fur. Now this part of the otter is not what was in the image that I showed you earlier. Here are her teeth. I'm using Paradise White for that. But anyways, I wanted to hide my features, so I looked for a photo and couldn't find one of her online with her mouth open. But I did find a drawing of her with her mouth open, so I chose that to use for this part of the makeup. And for her tongue, I'm using a red from Paradise. When I'm done with the placement of the tongue, I'm going to go in with that Paradise Black again and just fill in her mouth area. And then, like I said before, when it comes to the fur, I have to build up the fur. And I'm going to start doing some strokes of highlights right by her nose on both sides. And that should help bring out her muzzle. I'm also going to extend those strokes down into the black right above her mouth too. To help with that effect, to bring her muzzle to pop out kind of, I'm going to use some Star Blend on the corners of her muzzle and her fur in that area where it meets, and it should help with that. And like I said earlier, I had to edit out me doing these strokes for the fur, but I'm going to show you a couple of times that I am working on building up that fur. So for a cute little nose, I did some shading. I took some of that Mayron Star Blend and shaded where the brown meets the fur. And I'm just going to go ahead and shade under the bottom of her nose and a little bit above the top of her nose as well. I also added a highlight on top of her nose with some Paradise White, and I blended that out. And then I added another color of white on top to make that highlight pop. For eyebrows, I mixed some of that Fab Brown and Paradise's Foxy to get that eyebrow color. On top of that color, I went ahead and I used some more of that brown to make the eyebrows stand out a little bit, because it's still the fur, so I have to build on her eyebrow fur too as well. And for the fur on her neck, I did the same exact procedure that I was doing all the way through the whole video. Now for her clothing, it is all Paradise colors that I'll be using. It's a gray, it's a blue, and for her shirt, it is an orange. Okay, now that I am completed with her outfit, I'm gonna go and start darkening out the negative spots, and I am using my Paradise black for that. The negative spots consist of my shoulders, part of my neck, by my jawbone, and my ears, and you'll see when I add her hat, there'll be other places that I'm going to darken out too. So what I am doing is her collar, and I took a brush and I put 2 tones of grays in there, a darker one and a lighter one, and now I'm adding highlights to her collar too at the top with the lighter gray, and I'm just going to also pull down that highlight in between the darker paint as well. With that same highlight color, I'm going to make a seam in between her collar and where the shoulder part meets as well. Now that I'm done with some of the highlights, I'm going to do some shading. I am using Mayron's Star Blend in black to shade around certain areas of her clothing. So talking about shading, I'm going to change it up and I'm going to shade under her nose, add some highlights, and then add some more fur extending over her mouth as well. And then on the side of my face, I'm going to add some more fur extending into the negative spots. Plus I'm going to alternate with the black too and bring the black up into the fur areas, and then take that same Star Blend in black and try to pull out her muzzle again from all that color. Time to make her hat and her ears. So I cut this foam to make a hat, measured my head, and then I did the ears as well. And now I'm going to use some spirit gum and stick those foam pieces onto my head. I also painted the foam pieces to look like the actual image that I saw online. Now it's time to stick these onto my skin. Also too, I know you can't see this other ear, but I'm still going to add it just in case, you know, maybe it's going to peek out in back of her hat and then it'll look perfect. Back to her mouth, I added some bottom teeth, and then I extended that black right under those teeth as well. So we're doing her eyes now, and I'm using some Paradise White to create the whites of her eyes, and that was really hard because it gets in the crease of my eyes and kind of like goes into those creases, but it worked out okay. I went ahead and used this little dauber and got some light purple and daubed that circle on there, and then outlined it with blue. I'm not really sure of her eye color because 2 images had different eye colors. One was blue and one was purple. Then I'm going to take black and use it around her eyes, and also for her pupil inside, that black dot inside. An even smaller white dot inside of the black and the purple. Time to darken out my ears, add some highlights, and then go around with some black and basically outline some of the areas of the design. Well guys, it is that time. It's coming to the end of this design. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I did the otter Bertha from the movie Arctic Dogs. Please check out the movie on November 1st. It looks really cute. I'll be definitely checking that movie out. Thank you again. You guys are awesome, and I will see you on my next video.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while I did this makeup from the new movie Arctic Dogs. If you guys like this otter, please leave me a like if you want, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on my next